The trapper's real name is Evan MacMillan. He was the only son of Archie MacMillan, a ruthless mining tycoon who built his empire on the backs of exploited workers. Archie's MacMillan Mining Company was notorious for its poor pay, hazardous conditions, and utter disregard for human life. Workers were treated like disposable tools, and Archie ruled them with an iron fist. As you could imagine, Evan's childhood was far from great. As a young boy, he was sensitive and artistic, often sketching in secret. He even sympathized with the miners, overhearing their plans to unionize and keeping their secrets from his father. But Archie was a monster in human form. He physically and emotionally abused Evan, berating him to toughen him up. In one brutal incident, Archie actually broke Evan's jaw. Despite the abuse, Evan feared his father deeply, suspecting that Archie had murdered his own brother to seize control of the family business and even drowned Evan's mother, whose body was never found, supposedly swept away by a river. Archie often took Evan hunting, setting bear traps in the woods and telling him a gruesome tale, how a bear once attacked him and his brother, eating his sibling's head. Archie claimed he cut himself free from the bear's stomach and carried the remains home. But the story changed every time, leaving Evan to realize it was a lie, likely covering up Archie's fratricide to avoid sharing profits with workers. These hunts planted seeds of violence in Evan's mind. He began fantasizing about killing his father, smashing his head with a stone, or staging a fatal accident. The turning point came when Archie discovered Evan's drawings and revealed that the miners had betrayed the boy for a handful of coins. Heartbroken and enraged, Evan turned against them, adopting his father's view of workers as maggots. This betrayal twisted Evan's admiration for Archie into something darker, respect for his ruthlessness and strength. Evan began to see brutality as a form of power. As Archie grew older, his psyche deteriorated into full-blown madness. Evan, now a grown man and his father's enforcer, protected him from greedy outsiders and carried out his increasingly deranged orders. The MacMillan estate prospered under their rule, but at a horrific cost. In what became one of the worst mass murders in modern history, Archie orchestrated the death of over 100 miners. He lured them deep into the tunnels with promises of work, then detonated explosives to seal them inside, alive. While it's never been proven that Evan personally set the charges, he was complicit, acting as his father's right hand in this atrocity. But the story doesn't end there. Shortly after the massacre, Archie was found dead in the locked basement of his own warehouse, starved, abandoned, and trapped without food or water. Evan is the prime suspect, though his motives are unclear. Did he finally rebel against the man who had tormented him? Or was it another layer of the family's twisted legacy? No one knows for sure because Evan vanished without a trace. Enter the entity. The details of how Evan was pulled into its foggy realm are shrouded in mystery. Unlike many killers who were already monstrous before their abduction, Evan truly became the trapper within the entity's trials. Known as the miserable smiling killer, or monster of a man, he rebelled repeatedly against the entity's control, a rare act of defiance among the killers. For his insubordination, he was tortured, hooks embedded in his flesh, scars covering his body, and metal shards driven into his skin. This cycle of killing, rebelling, and punishment forged him into the unstoppable force we know today, armed with his signature cleaver and bear traps that echo his hunting days.